here, Facebook, YouTube. I think we got sound. We got sound today. Last week we had we had an awful time, to be honest. We had an awful time with sound last week. But we're here now, and so let's see. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. We should have everything we need. Oh, there we are. I see us on YouTube. I see us on Facebook. Man, look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh, sorry. I'm going to kill my audio here. I got my friend Tom helping me out today. So we have a much better day on the streaming. So we're actually working on YouTube and Facebook this week. A little bit different vibe this week. My wife is working. So she works at Vanderbilt here in Nashville, and so she's there testing folks for this like coronavirus stuff every day. It's kind of wild, but if you think about her, say a prayer for her and say a prayer for all your healthcare workers this week, because man, they're stressed to the max. So please do thinking about them. But I say that because I got the girls today, so. We set Gracie in front of the TV, and it's Heidi's nap time. So we got a nice little window here to sing some songs and drink some coffee. Got the nice little French press rocking. Boom. And now we're about to go. How's everybody's week been? Are you guys doing all right out there? Everybody staying sane? Instagram. Saw you at C2C in London. Man, I got to get back to London. I love London. Oh, yes. Caffeine is really going to hit the spot today. I hope you guys are all doing good. Just wanted to take a second again this week to have some time to kind of reset after another week that's just been insane. It's insane for me because I don't ever stay at home this long. I know that nobody else does either. And so like everybody's going crazy right now. But it feels a little bit like Groundhog Day most days because you wake up. If you got kids, you get kids ready, you feed kids, and then you're like, what do I do all day? And then you make your way through it, and then you get to the end of the day, you're like, what did I do all day? And so we're kind of at the end of one of those weeks. And then throw in just like the overarching anxiety of like what's going on in the world. You just kind of don't really know how to feel about it and what to think. But this week, my wife Merritt reminded me of a verse that just kind of stuck out. She dry erased it on our mirror in our bathroom. It's from Deuteronomy when God is talking to the Israelites. God's talking to Moses, and he is giving them instructions like, okay, you've gone to the hill country long enough, now time to move on. They've been wandering in the wilderness, and he reminds Moses. He said, the Lord has always been with you. You have never lacked for anything. And so right now in a season where I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like I'm doing enough work. I don't feel like I'm doing good enough. I don't feel like I'm doing good enough job with my kids. I don't feel like I'm doing good enough in much of anything right now. I just feel like I'm just hamstrung at every turn. It's just a good reminder that God is with me, and He's always been with me, and I've never lacked for anything. Because even on my worst days, I still have the things that I need, and so that's kind of just been a source of gratitude for me this week. Thinking about the ways that I've never needed, I've never lacked. I've always had what I need. I'm going to start this morning with another song that we sing in my church, Midtown Fellowship in Nashville. It was written by a guy who actually goes there, and he was our worship pastor. But this song's called My King.
Heaven's crown you laid aside for the weight of love. You came to die shadow forth, he calls me. His hands are hands of healing. My King is known by mercy. I see the sun rise in the east, the rain of night at last shall cease. Oh, crimson flood that washes me, this royal blood marks his redeemed. His grace is given freely, that death may not defeat me. My King is known by mercy. From shadow forth, he calls me. His hands are hands of healing. My King is known by mercy. See my King, his crown of thorns from his side. The water poured my brokenness. He has restored. Sin and death have claimed no more. 'Cause my King is known by mercy. From shadow forth, he calls me. His hands are hands of healing. My King is known by mercy. By mercy. My King is known by mercy.
Yeah. Whew. Coffee's good. What coffee you guys sipping on this morning? Are you coffee people, or are you more it's like a necessity and you need it to get through your day? Because I tend to be a coffee person. When we're on the road, we spend a lot of time. Like Starbucks is that baseline. Like if there's a Starbucks, okay, you know you can get through. But we always like search for like good local coffee spots. Quill Coffee in Louisville, big fan of that. Oh, Tanya got her some hot tea right now. I see you, Ton.
Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mountain fixed upon it, the mount of thy redeeming love. Here I raise my Ebenezer, here by thy great help I've come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus sought me when a stranger, wandering from the throne of God, he to rest me from danger, interposed his precious blood. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness, like a fetter, bind my wandering heart to thee. I'm prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above. Here's my heart, Lord, take and seal it for thy courts above.
So I know a lot of y'all like know my story as far as where like my faith comes from. My dad's a pastor and my mom's a piano player. So like when we grow up, when I was growing up, music was just in our house because it was in our church, and we were always in church. Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesdays. Church was our life. It was the kind of the center of our community, and so just growing up around that community, faith itself became like kind of a central part of my life and my story, and it's like when I was trying to figure out, because everybody's doing a live stream right now, and I wanted to do something that was kind of a little more me, and also kind of like hopefully would be a good thing for everybody, like it would be a good way to serve you guys and just kind of like connect with people, because my faith and these songs and stuff like this have always been such a great source of comfort and strength, and so I'm really leaning into that right now in my life, and hope you're able to as well. When my daughter was born, when my oldest daughter was born, we named her Gracie because just after God's grace, honestly, and grace has been such a big part of our story. My wife and I just like learning how to lean into something that was learn how to lean into not ourselves. Learn how to lean into that space between who we are and who we are like supposed to be, and that great gap in there where you feel like you're not good enough, you feel like you don't have enough, and you feel desperate, because that's where grace lives. That's what grace is. That's what God gives us, and especially right now, I find myself needing it a lot.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that that grace appear. The hour I first believed, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. Yeah, yeah. We know last day to sing God's praise. And then we first begun, we've no last days to sing God's praise. Then we first begun. Just as I am, without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee, O Lamb of God. I come, I come. Just as I am, and waiting not to rid my soul of one dark blot, to thee whose blood can cleanse each spot, O Lamb of God. I come, I come. Just as I am, though tossed about with many a conflict, many a doubt, fightings and fears within, without, O Lamb of God. I come, I
That's an old church camp favorite. if you ever went to church camp back in the day, preacher gives a sermon. End of it, they play Just As I Am, and everybody everybody sweeps down the aisles. Oh man. I'll kind of close this down. I'll close this down with we at the end of the service every week at our church they don't we don't like say a prayer. We all sing doxology, which is just one of my favorite things. Like the first time I came to church there, they didn't dismiss in prayer. They just all sang together a cappella, and I was like, what is this? And so I thought we'd close it down with this, and then if you guys want to hang around, I'll do a Q&A. We can just talk and sip coffee for a second. Special thanks to my friend Tom, who's out here handling all the audio video situation, and a shout out to Netflix for babysitting my kid for 30 minutes. Don't judge.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. And praise Him above you, heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen.
Thank y'all. Before we get out here, we can hang and do a little Q&A situation. This always feels like really weird to me because, I don't know. It just feels weird because I'm just by myself right here. I know you guys are out there. Let's see, kicking up on a Facebook right here. Oh no, where did it go? Okay, Shimmy says thanks for the afternoon pick me up. Afternoon pick me up from Munich. All right, Munich in the house. Germany, what is up? Oh, Singapore. Man, you guys are watching from all over the place. A lot of people have been asking about reschedule of some tour dates. I had some dates with Ashley McBride that got moved this past week, but I think all those got rescheduled, so we will be coming back to Madison, Wisconsin, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Dubuque, Iowa. I like to call it WQ because it just sounds way cooler. WQ, Iowa. Let's see. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get up here to Facebook, but I lost it. Facebook, I hope y'all doing all right. I'm not going to be able to connect over there. New Jersey in the house, Russellville. Man, I gotta give a big, I don't know, heart shout out to Jonesboro. So I'm from Arkansas, for those of you who don't know, and yesterday, man, there was a really violent tornado that ripped through downtown Jonesboro, and from what I heard, I haven't heard of any deaths from that, but I'm very grateful for that. I know a lot of people lost a lot yesterday. A lot of houses, a lot of businesses, stuff getting torn through. So Jonesboro, my heart goes out to you. It's a lot to deal with right now in the world. Holy cow. Windy City, Windy, Ohio. I was like, Windy City, Ohio. That's not a thing. Let's see. Is anybody? Oh, Indiana in the house. What's your favorite wedding you've ever played in a barn in Clarksville, Arkansas? Ron Mayfield, that honor belongs to you, my friend. Back in Colorado anytime soon. Man, I hope to get back to Colorado sometime soon. I spent 2 summers when I was in college in Colorado, and dude, I fell in love with it. So anytime we get a chance to go back to Colorado, we will be there. I promise you. Best faith reads I've read, man. Honestly, like, I mean, I who doesn't love C.S. Lewis? I will say something that's helped me. It helped me recently. It's not a faith read. It's more just like it's more like a psychology read. But it's a book called The Shallows. And why can I never remember the guy's name? It's so frustrating. But the book's called The Shallows, and it talks a lot about how we use the internet, how internet is changing our brains, like literally. Like, because of the way we use the internet, like, our brains don't function as quite the same. And I kind of use that as sort of a wake-up call, because I like to believe in humanity, right? And so the more we are with machine, the more we lose the way that we think and the way that we operate, and the more we depend on machines. And there's been different, like, iterations of that through the past. Like, they used to not have books, they used to have to rely on their memory to do all this stuff. But I think the sweet spot of being a human, of being a person, is when we are able to think, and we have space, and we have the ability to fully think, instead of just like scrolling through our phones all the time, looking for little bits of information that we need and then moving on. The more we have time to think and digest and process, the more creative we are, the better we are in relationship with, like, each other, and you know, the better thinkers we are, and the better people that we are. And so it's called The Shallows. I gotta remember the guy's name. Nicholas Carr, that's his name. Nicholas Carr wrote the book, and he just put out a 10-year anniversary. I think it's an amazing book. How do I think other artists are taking the quarantine? Oh, that's a good question. I think everybody is going stir crazy, artists or not. But I think specifically artists, because we spend so much time on the road. I hope that a lot of my friends out there who are artists and doing this, I hope you guys are taking it as an opportunity to like be unplugged, because we go, and I hope that people are taking this opportunity to, like, treat it as a holiday the best they can, and just, like, be home with your family, be home with your people, and just, like, love on them for a while, because you got no choice, you know. It's like, if you're just sitting there wishing you were somewhere else, I mean, like, why, you know? We got any other good Facebook questions coming in over there? Need to play the Calgary Stampede. Hey, I love me some Canada. Let's go. What's one thing I've learned from all this? One thing I've learned from all this is everybody's about. This is a little dark. My friend Blake said this to me, but he said everybody's about 9 meals away from total anarchy, and you see people hoarding toilet paper. You kind of get that. People, I don't know, a full economic shutdown. People start getting wild, and it's scared me. I'm not gonna lie, I got a bug out plan. Things get weird here in Nashville. I'm getting out of here. We're going to Arkansas. We're going to the country. We're going to unplug. Y'all ain't gonna find me. They got guns out there now. Is Heidi sleeping through the night? Heidi is sleeping through the night. Thank you for asking, Dee Dee. We're doing good. We're doing good over here. Josh Lieblong in the house. Oh, Kyan. Hi from Grand Rapids. Love Grand Rapids. We're going to get that April 25th show at Grand Rapids. We're going to get that thing rescheduled. We're going to get it back up there quick. We had a blast in Grand Rapids last time we were there. I love the intersection, the stash. Those good people. Wish I was at the beach. Same. Do I think CMA Fest will be rescheduled? Ooh, CMA Fest is right on that bubble. It's right on that bubble of I don't know what's going to happen. Because it's in June. I would think that they're going to try their very best to hang on to that date. What got me started playing guitar? Oh, man, that's a good question. So my papa gave me this guitar when I was 12 years old. It's a 63, 65. I'm not really sure, to be honest. B25. And I didn't know what I had, honestly. I didn't realize that old guitars were so cool. And I just beat it up. I played, like, literally until, you couldn't. But music was always the one thing that I felt like I was good at or could be good at, and so I just spent a lot of time with it as a kid. Please use Arkansas country boy accent all the time, because you don't sound country at all without it. That's true. uh, I have a lot of family from all over Arkansas. Des Arc specifically, that's where my country comes from. I had a Papaw and Meemaw out there, God rest them, and I got a lot of country cousins out there. Shout out to my country cousins in Des Arc. But when I went to college, I did broadcast journalism, and so they kind of beat it out of you. You hear yourself on tape enough talking like a hick. You're like, man, I don't really want to talk like that on camera. I don't know how Marty Smith on ESPN. I don't know how he made it through all his broadcast journalism without losing that thing. But I'm glad he's got it because it makes me feel good when he's talking on ESPN. When will I come back to the UK? Man, as soon as possible. I would love to get back there this fall once stuff kind of settles down. But hopefully we're gonna have some good reason to get there in the fall. Brings me to my next point, guys. Tomorrow, my next single, "Forever Ain't Long Enough," goes to country radio, and we are fired up about it. So tomorrow you can call your local radio station. You can say, hey, play that new Adam Hambrick song, "Forever Ain't Long Enough," and hopefully they will. So that'll be cool. When I'm at home, when I'm home, what's the home gym workout situation? Colin really wants to know. You know what? My 4-year-old likes to play a game called Run Together, which guess what you do? That's it. She takes off running around our kitchen, and then we don't stop until she's tired. The other workout situation I live right next to a park, and there's a basketball court there, and so on days when my wife and I are both home, she can take the kids for a minute, and I can sneak out to the park and go run and shoot ball and work on the old jumper, work on the old Kobe, and so I do that a lot. Don't forget Corinth. Jay Turpin, bro, what are you even doing? I haven't seen you in so long. It's good to hear from you. Don't forget Corinth. I will not forget Corinth. So I graduated from high school in Corinth, Mississippi. All my family's from Arkansas. Arkansas has always been home, but Corinth, Mississippi has a substantial part of the old ticker there. Skyhook for days. Who do you think I am, Bo Cooper? Scott Verity in the house? Woo pig, man. Can I play a country song? I look Ben Affleck right now. That's an insult to Ben Affleck. Can I play a country song? What would I even play? Anybody got any requests for a country song? Y'all gonna come up with something ridiculous. You better call WYRK. Buffalo in the house. Nobody's giving me a country song request yet. If we got any country song requests coming in on Facebook, I'll close it down with a country song if we need to. Also, I realized I've been sitting here talking to Instagram the whole time. We got this fancy freaking camera right here, not YouTube and Facebook. Oh, the baby is awake. Somebody woke the baby. Woo! So I guess I'm gonna go get the baby. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us today. We'll be back next week. More coffee and a hymn. I hope you're well caffeinated. Some good coffee, and I hope this is a good time to spend. I hope you do spend time today wrapping those arms around your loved ones. Be where you are. Unplug. Let's put the social media down for a little bit now that we're done with this. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And we'll see you next week.